So yesterday I given one numerical, that is a three-phase 400 volts, 14.92 kilowatt, 50 hertz, 6-pole induction motor. So no load test is 400 volts, no load voltage V naught, I naught is 11 amps, and the power factor is giving us 0.2. That is no load power factor. Cos phi naught is 0.2. So block rotor test, VSC, short circuit voltage 100 volts, short circuit current ISC 25 amps, cos phi s is 0.4. So here in the data is giving us rotor copper loss at standstill is half of total loss. Okay, so you must be careful with respect to this data. Rotor copper loss at standstill is half of the total copper loss. Now draw the circle diagram and estimate full load current, full load power factor, maximum torque, efficiency and slip. Now with respect to this data, so since he has given the power factor, so we know the formula W naught is equal to root 3 V in I naught cos phi naught. So cos phi naught we know, right? So input voltage 400 volts, I naught is 11 amps. So find what is W naught. Do you have the calculator? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please find what is no load power. Tell me what is the no load value. How much are you getting? Excuse me. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? See, if you are unable to do, you tell me, at least I will give you the answer, or please give from your side. So tell me what is the no load power. Hello, there are 31 students. Can't anyone give the solution? Or simply you have switched on and you are sleeping? Ulas? Ulas Raja? Hello? Tell me the answers, man. We are unable to turn on the mic. Very good.
She has exam, so at home she can't. Okay. She didn't disturb now.
Hello.
So 11 she has exam. I thought I'll take it.
Apa Jaipunit? Ulas Raju.
She's doing her M.Pharm. Family. Family. She's doing her family. She is stuck. She and her brother. They both live with us only. I'll take it.
Turn on your mics. Hello. Hello. Okay, so from the data we can get angle as 78.46, that is 5 knot, and 5 AC is equal to 66.42. Next, while calculating the short circuit current at normal voltage, we are getting 100 amps. Okay, similarly, short circuit current, short circuit power at normal voltage, we are getting 27.712 kilowatts. Okay, so now from this data, see ISN, that is short circuit current at normal voltage is 100 amps. So based on that current, choose the current scale. So I'll choose the current scale as 5 amps, or you can choose the current scale as 10 also. If you choose the current scale as 10 amps, your circle, the diagram will be very small. Okay, so since to avoid that, to have a readings, okay, so we'll be getting very small readings. So to avoid that, so we are considering 1 centimeter is equal to 5 amps. Now if we consider 1 centimeter is equal to 5 amps, your short circuit current at normal voltage will be equal to 20 amps. Okay, so go according to the scale. So now with respect to this, go for the graph. So if I go for the graph, so here draw x and y axis line. So y axis line will be representing the voltage. So x axis line, so doesn't represent anything. So just draw a line on the x axis. So now with respect to this, consider O as the origin. Now as per the current scale, what is the value with respect to the no load power factor? So from the no load power factor, cos phi is equal to 0.2, the angle is 78.46. Now with respect to the graph, to represent, take the reference as the y-axis. So from y-axis, make a point as 78.46 degrees. Mark a point. Now there, you have to draw a line. So what is the current scale? So I naught is 11 amps. So since we are considering 1 centimeter is equal to 5 amps, your no load current I naught will be equal to 2.1 amps. So now with respect to that, go for a graph. So from here, extend the phi naught angle and extend the line 0 to O dash as 2.1 centimeters. Now mark that point as O dash. Now similarly with respect to short circuit angle, that is 66.42. So take an angle from the protractor, and there you'll be getting this somewhere here as the point. Now with respect to this point, draw a line length of 20 centimeters, because ISN value we are getting it as 100 amps as per the scale. So it will be, so 5 2s are, then this 20 amps. So extend that line from origin O till where the 20 centimeters comes. Mark that point as A. So now join a line OA. After joining a line OA, now Draw output line by joining O dash A. So draw a line O dash A to get the output line. So now once if you draw the output line, so from A, draw a perpendicular line to x-axis. Draw a perpendicular line from A to x-axis. Next, after drawing this, draw a horizontal line parallel to x-axis line from O dash. So from O dash, draw this line. Extend this up to the end. Now mark the point as G on the x-axis line, and parallel line what we have drawn, mark a point as F. Now, as per the data what he has given, rotor copper loss is half the total copper loss. So now from A to G will be the total loss. Okay, from A to G it is total copper loss. So now he is telling rotor copper loss is half. So measure what is the length of AG. So if I measure the length of AG, so length of AG will be, just a minute. The length of AG is 8 centimeters. Okay, so in that 8 centimeters, you take half of its value, that is 4 centimeters. So once if you get that 4 centimeters, here you mark the point as E. So now join O dash E. So this O dash E will be giving you the top line. So now AE will be the rotor copper loss, EF will be the stator copper loss, and FG is the fixed losses. Next, once if you get these losses, so we have to extend a line from A, that is AB has to be located. So to locate AB, so go for calculating the power scale. So if I go for calculating the power scale, so WSN divided by length of AG. So rating of the motor divided by power scale. So rating of the motor divided by power scale. So rating is given as 14.92 kilowatts, and power scale as per the calculation. So we are getting 3,464. So if you get, so we'll be getting 4.307 centimeters. So now once if you get this value, now extend a line from the graph from A to B, it is 4.3 centimeters. Now from output line, extend the output line parallelly and draw a line from A to the end of the circle towards the left. Where the circle crosses, that is bisects, there you mark that point as L. Now draw a vertical line or a perpendicular line to the x-axis from point L. So which crosses the lines or which bisects the lines, the torque line, output line, and x-axis line, and parallel to x-axis line. Now mark the points as K on the x-axis line, J on the parallel to x-axis line, N on the torque line, M on the output line. Okay, so now from this data we can find what are the line currents, power factor, losses, efficiency, and slip. So now with respect to this, join a line from O to L, and the angle from y-axis to this line will give you the power factor angle cos phi, that is full load angle. The length OL, if I measure, so that gives you the full load line current. So now OL, if I measure, I am getting it as 6.4 centimeters. So since the current has to be calculated, multiply by current scale. So 6.4 into 5. So we are getting full load current as 32 amps. Next, with respect to this, if I measure the angle from y-axis to line OL, so here we will be getting the full load power factor. So 33 degrees I am getting. So with respect to this, cos of 33 will be 0.84 lagging. So that is the power factor. Now next, to find the slip, so slip will be equal to Mn divided by Ln. Mn divided by Ln. So Mn we are getting, I'm getting it as 0.3 centimeters, and Ln I'm getting it as 4.6 centimeters. So if I calculate, so here I'll be getting the slip as 4.3 and 4.6. So full load slip will be 0.0652. In terms of percentage, we'll be getting it as 6.5%. Okay. Next, to find the efficiency. So efficiency will be equal to output by input. The output length is Lm divided by Lk. Okay. So if I measure Lm, I'm getting it as 4.3, and Lk, I'm getting it as 5.35. So multiply by 100. So 80.37 is the percentage efficiency. Next, to find the maximum torque. So again, from the torque line, extend the line which touches at the top of the semicircle. So there you mark point P. So from point P, draw perpendicular line up to the torque line which touches the torque line. So here mark it as Q. So I have marked as T, but as per the procedure will be represented as Q. So PQ, length of PQ into the power scale, which gives you the maximum torque. So now with respect to this, so length of PQ is 7.8 centimeters and power scale is 3464.10. So we'll be getting it as 27,020 in synchro watt. So if I want to get in terms of Newton meter, so divide this by 2 pi ns divided by 60. So please remember it is ns, not n. So ns if is given, sorry, number of poles if he has given, then we can find what is the torque in maximum torque in Newton meter. Got it? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So next I'll go for another presentation. That is the last numerical. So just a minute. Can you able to see this page? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now with respect to this, so you can observe the data. So this is the last numerical. So it is on a slip ring induction motor. Okay, so draw the circle diagram for a 5.5 kilowatt, 400 volts, 3-phase, 50 hertz, 4-pole slip ring induction motor from the test data given below. So all the values are line values. So no load test 400 volts, no load current 6 amps, no load power factor 0.085 power factor lagging. Block rotor test, VSC is 100 volts, ISC is 12 amps, WSC is 700 watts. So the ratio of primary to secondary turns is 2.6. So K he is giving as 2.6 value, sorry, primary to secondary. Next, stator resistance per phase is 0.67 ohms and that of rotor is 0.18 ohms. Calculate full load current, full load slip, maximum torque to full load torque ratio and starting torque. So now with respect to this, so calculate what is the no load power factor. So we'll be getting 85.12. Next, short circuit power factor 70.32. Short circuit current at normal voltage 48 amps. Short circuit power at normal voltage 11.2 kilowatts. Now based on this, choose the current scale. So if I choose the current scale, so ISN is equal to 48 amps. So it is left to you. So whether to go for 5 amps or whether to go for 2 amps. So here I am choosing the current scale as 3 amps. So now with respect to this current scale, so if I go for the graph, okay, so this I'll go for the graph. Can you able to see the graph? Is the graph visible?
No, sir.
Okay. Now it is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now as per the current scale, so we are considering it as 3 amps. So no load current, it is 6 amps. So 6 by 3, you will be getting it as 2 amps. So draw a line. So draw x-axis, y-axis and x-axis line. So after drawing that, again the same procedure. So from from the origin O, take an angle as 85.2 degrees. So somewhere here we will be getting it as 85.12. So the current scale for no load current, it is 2 amps. So from O to O dash, so mark a point and draw a line of 2 centimeters. So that is your no load current, I naught. Next, from 5SA, that is 70.32 degrees. So this is your angle. So somewhere here I marked. So with respect to this, so what is the ISN value? It is 48 centimeters. So with respect to that, so if I divide with respect to 3, so we'll be getting around 16 amps. So from origin O, draw a line up to A, which is of 16 centimeters, and mark a point as A. Now draw a parallel line from the x-axis line from O dash. So here you can see above the x-axis line there is one more horizontal line. So that is nothing but parallel line from the x-axis. Now draw a vertical line from A to x-axis and mark that point as G, and parallel to x-axis line mark that as F. So now to find the point E, So we have to go for the calculation. Okay. So because he has given as a slip ring induction motor, and also he is giving the rotor resistance, so rotor reactance, sorry, stator resistance per phase and stator reactance per phase, and is giving the ratio, that is 1 by k. So 1 by k is equal to k is equal to 2.6. So with respect to that, find R2 dash. Okay. So we have to find R2 dash. R2 dash will be equal to R2 by K square. So R2 is given as a 0.67, sorry, rotor resistance as 0.18 ohms, R2 divided by K square. K square is equal to 1 by 2.26 whole square. So you'll be getting R2 dash as 1.217 ohms. So I'll show the calculations later. So that is R2 dash, that is AE divided by EF. Okay, so from the graph, AE divided by EF. So AE is the rotor copper loss, EF is the stator copper loss. So AE divided by EF will be equal to R2 dash divided by R1. So now R2 dash we have found as 1.217 centimeters. So now substitute and find what is the rotor ratio of rotor copper loss by stator copper loss. So with respect to that, so AE divided by EF will be equal to 1.816 we are getting. So now total copper loss will be equal to whatever the distance from A to G, it is total copper loss. Okay. So that is, if I remove the fixed losses, so consider rotor copper loss and stator copper loss. If I consider rotor copper loss and stator copper loss, that is AF will be equal to AE plus EF. Okay. So now with respect to this, AE divided by AF will be equal to 0.645 we are getting as per the scale. So now length of AE will be equal to 2.9 as per the calculation. So now with respect to that, the graph you know how to draw. So now directly I'll go for the calculation part. So now we can see from the graph and as per the calculation. Okay. So length of AG, we are getting it as 4.7 centimeters. So according to power scale, WSN is equal to length, power scale is equal to ratio of WSN divided by length of AG. So we are getting it as 2.4 kilowatt per centimeter. So now to locate point E, so we have to go for this calculation. So that is rotor resistance and stator resistance we have to consider. So AE by EF. So AE is the rotor copper loss and EF is the stator copper loss. So now stator resistance is given as R1. So to find the rotor, we have to go for ratio. So R2 dash is equal to R2 by K square. So R2 is equal to 0.18 he has given. So K he has given us 1 by 2.6 whole square. If you find, I'll be getting R2 dash is equal to 1.217 ohms. So next, with respect to this value, so find what is rotor copper loss and stator copper loss. So to find that, again I have to go for one more slide. Just a minute. So now you can see here. So AE by EF is equal to 1.217 divided by 0.67, so which will be equal to 1.816. That is rotor copper loss by stator copper loss. Now total loss will be equal to AF, which is equal to AE plus EF. So AE, so again EF is equal to AE by whatever the value. So here we have calculated. So EF is equal to, so AE divided by this value will be EF. So AE will be common. So you will be getting the value as 1.55. So now with respect to this, AE by AF will be equal to 0.645. So AE is equal to 0.645 into AF. So now go for calculating what is the length of AF. So if I calculate the length of AF, so we are getting 4.5 according to the graph. So if I multiply, length of AE will be equal to 2.9 centimeters. So this gives a length of AE will be equal to 2.9 centimeters will be rotor copper loss, and remaining will be the stator copper loss. Now with respect to this, so draw line AB. So how to draw a line AB? So we know the output. So output value he has given as how much? 5.5 kilowatts. So 5.5 kilowatts divided by power scale. So power scale 2.4 kilowatt per centimeter. If I calculate, length of AB will be equal to 2.29 centimeters. So draw a line from A to B as 2.29. Now draw a line from B up to the end of the circle according to the circle diagram. So once if I draw that line which is parallel to the output line, so we'll be locating a point as L. So now join OL. So OL gives the full load line current. So if I calculate, the OL is 3.7 into power scale, that is into 3. So the full load current will be equal to 11.1 amps. Next, from the graph, percentage slip will be equal to Mn divided by Ln. So Mn is 0.1 divided by 2.4. So percentage slip will be 4.16 will be a percentage slip. Next, ratio of motor maximum torque to full load torque. So maximum torque, so as per the procedure we are considered as PQ. So here I am considering it as PT. So L of PT by length of Ln. So length of PT will be 6.5. Length of Ln is 2.4. So if I calculate, the ratio will be 2.7. That is, maximum torque will be equal to 2.7 times that of the full load torque. Next, starting torque will be length of AE into power scale. So length of AE is equal to 6.96 kilo synchrowatt. Okay. So length of AE is 2.9 into 2.4 kilowatt per centimeter. So this will be in terms of kilo synchrowatt. If I divide this by 2 pi n by 60, so it will be 44.33 Newton meter. So this completes our circle diagram, numericals. So still some more numericals are there. Please go through the numericals and try to solve the numericals. And if you have any doubts, please start asking your doubts. Do you have any doubts? So I will share the material in Google Classroom. I think Saturday class I have not uploaded. So now I will upload today's and Saturday's class in your Google Classroom with this fourth numerical also. Any doubts? Guys, any doubts? So if you don't have any doubts, we'll wind up. Thank you.